And we welcome you to Rec Park in Bryan. We saw one dandy of a Division IV softball district semifinals. Montpelier scored 1 run, and it was all that the Locos needed as they knocked off Ayersville in a semifinal. Now we learn who that opponent's going to be in the district final. It's going to be one of these two teams as the Edgerton Bulldogs take on the Hilltop Cadets. With Miles Holliday, I'm Randy Roberts, partner. Here we go, game number 2. Looking forward to another good one.
Yeah, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? A beautiful day for softball and two beautiful teams.
So Edgerton is going to start things off. Here's the visiting team. Lola Giesecke, the shortstop, will lead things off, and she is going to take ball 1 from Kelsey Connolly, and we'll give you some numbers here as the afternoon goes on. That 1-0 offering. This one is going to be bounced foul. So while we have a moment here, partner, let's take a deep dive of that Edgerton lineup.
Yeah, as you said, Giesecke is leading off the shortstop. She'll be followed by Casey Everts, the second basewoman. Hitting third, Corin Cape at the mound. Olivia Wallace at third base will be hitting fourth. Ella Myler will be in left field hitting fifth. Nessa Cox at first base hitting sixth. Ava Giesecke hitting seventh. She is the catcher. Olivia Farnham in center field. She's hitting eighth. And Kennedy Stote in right field hitting ninth.
So Lola Giesecke has the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 offering is going to be cut on and miss. So she will strike out to begin the afternoon. Facing Kelsey Connolly. We'll give you a little bit of her numbers. Connolly comes in 13-3 on the year with a 0.55 ERA and 89 innings of work. She's allowed just 52 hits. 20 runs, 7 of which are earned. Has walked just 15 while fanning 152. Here's a bouncer to second. Having some trouble with it is Elena Van Arsdalen. Casey Everett is going to be aboard with the error, and Edgerton has a base runner on here in the top half of the first.
Had Everett's been able to locate that wild throw, she could advance the second rather easily.
Now batting number 13.
Wasn't able to locate where the ball went. It was a booted ball by Van Arsdalen that allowed her to reach first base.
So here's Corinne Cape, the leading hitter for Edgerton, coming in at 5.09 on the year. She's going to take one for ball 1. 2 home runs, has driven in 18. This is an Edgerton team. It's hit 11 home runs. And Miles, it's a little odd because normally you see someone like that and you see someone with it. Where's one popped up? This one is going to be grabbed. Getting the throw in quickly from right field with Sophia Crossgrove. Getting back to a point, you see a team with 11 home runs, you see someone maybe 8 or 9 and 1 or 2 here, but you got a couple with 4, a couple with 3, a couple with 2, a couple with 1. There's some bombers in this Edgerton lineup.
And it's all through the order. Usually, like you said, all your big power hitters are 3, 4, and 5, but they have Giesecke at 7. It's hit 2 out as well.
So here's Olivia Wallace, the third baseman in the cleanup spot, hitting 308. She also hit a couple of home runs this year, driven in 16. Trying to make something happen is Edgerton, trying to take advantage of the error.
Now, big healthy cut there by Wallace.
Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Wallace with 2 home runs on the year, as you mentioned. She was going to get that third one with that swing.
Comes that 1-1 offering. And Wallace might have gotten just a piece of it. But it goes back into the glove of Kenley Rout. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 strikes. Do you go ahead and let Everts try to swipe a bag here?
1-2 offering. This one's going to be lifted foul, and it's going to get just out of play. See some Edgerton maroon T-shirts getting out of the way.
Yeah, how about the hero over there in the orange shirt getting in front of Grandma? Grandma wanted no part of that.
That's right. Do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 offering. This one lifted into the air. It's going to reach the outfield grass where very calmly the shortstop, Haley Jones, able to reach back and make the grab for out number 3. So the error does no damage as Edgerton will go down. So Hilltop come up in the bottom of the first, but before we get to that, How about some keys to the game for this one tonight, partner? What are you looking at? Let's start with the Edgerton Bulldogs.
Yeah, stay hot, right? Edgerton, they've won 4 of 5. Make sure you still have that belief. Number 2, CC all day, Corinne Cape. She is a dynamic player at the plate, Randy. 509, 2 home runs, leads the team with 7 stolen bases and is driven in 18. She's going to have a big day and then pitch away this Hilltop lineup, man. 1 through 9, watch out. Make a living on the outside corner of that plate.
There'll be keys to the game tonight for the Hilltop Cadets.
Yeah, play in front. Find a way somehow to get that lead, because when you are playing in front, you can dictate terms, all right? Number 2, attack. When we say attack, go get that softball, go hit it with the bat, because, Randy, 19 home runs. That is impressive stuff. And then what do Cadets do? Well, they march, right? We'll keep on marching all the way around the base paths. This is a team that can score in a hurry. Team batting average of .382. Impressive stuff for Hilltop.
Well, they're going to start with their shortstop, Haley Jones. Kenley Roth, the catcher, bats second. Brooklyn Kuzma, the third baseman, hits third. Shaylin Brown, the center fielder, is in the cleanup spot. Kelsey Connolly, the pitcher, hits fifth. Gianna Rising at first base will bat sixth. Sophia Crossgrove, the right field, hits seventh. Isabella Ackley, in left field, hits eighth. And Elena Von Arsdalen, second baseman, hits ninth. So here's Hallie Jones. Jones, a lefty. He's going to reach up, slap this one in a left center field. One pitch is all it takes for Jones to get a base hit.
That shows you just a glimpse of what an athlete the freshman is. She's going to be something else. 4 freshmen starting here today for Hilltop.
Now batting,
gets the defense to move. Looks like she's going to bunt and then slaps it right by to moving defense. Impressive stuff.
Now Jones came in hitting .480, so here's Rout, the sophomore, hitting at .296. Trying to do the same thing. She races to the top of the box. Cuts on and miss for strike one. The Cadets, under veteran head coach Tom Chopper, coming in at 22-5. Champions of the Buckeye Border Conference have gone out of conference and challenged themselves as much as they can this year. Bunt attempt is going to be offered at and missed. And Rout finds herself down now, no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Rout kind of stabbed at it instead of staying at the plate and accepting the ball with the bat. You saw her frustration with herself after the pitch.
Now the 0-2 offering, Rout's going to foul this one out of play, so she'll stay alive.
Both teams early in this game are fouling off a lot of pitches. That tells you that they're not being fooled too much.
They are facing Corinne Cape. Cape, little deceiving with the numbers, 4-7 with a 2.44 ERA. There's one slapped foul on the third base side, so Rout will stay alive. 71 2/3 innings pitched. She has allowed 70 hits, 44 runs, 25 of which were earned, has walked 24 and struck out 68.
Important that the base on balls limited here tonight make Hilltop earn absolutely everything.
0-2 pitch taken down low, so the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes for Rout. Cape has done a majority of the pitching for this Edgerton team. Comes in at 10-7. There's a slapper. It's one. Kind of eats up Lonely Giesecke's. Giesecke trying to judge where to go on a throw, but it never came.
That's where you need someone next to you say 1-1-1, throw it over to first base.
Brooklyn
The
Kuzma.
speed of Hilltop makes it very difficult. You saw how quickly Rout got down to first base. They're cooking early in this game.
Single and the error puts 2 on with no one out here in the bottom half of the first. Here's another bouncer. This one is going to be snagged. A nice twirl. Olivia Wallace thought she was going to have a chance at third when there was nothing there. Turns all the way around, gets the throw to first in time.
Wow. All she was missing was the 2-2, right? Just a little pirouette. Surveyed the field, wanted to know where to go with it. Smart play going over to first to get the first out.
The ground out moves the runners up to second and third. Big opportunity here for Shaylin Brown, the center fielder. Brown comes in hitting .357 with 4 home runs on the year. She's driven in 25.
It is early in this game, but one thing that is impressive is each Hilltop hitter, they have a plan, right? They know exactly what they're trying to do at the plate.
0-1 offering to Brown. That one's going to get through for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Making the turn is Rout. She's going to score standing up. The It's a 2-run single for Shaylin Brown, and Hilltop takes the early 2-0 lead.
One of our keys was find a way to play in front. They have checked that box off early. You see the enthusiasm in that Hilltop dugout. They should be fired up. They are attacking like they always do early in this game.
So here is the freshman pitcher, Kelsey Connolly, hitting .446 on the year. The officials, the umpires, are going to say that's fouled off the plate. So Connolly again hitting .446, 3 home runs, doubled 8 times as well.
Actually fouled off the foot of Connolly. That's why the umpire called time. You always tell your hitters to keep running it out, though, because you're not sure the umpire is going to see it, but the umpire did see that.
0-1 offering. Connolly's going to get this one through to the right side. Try to get the runner out at first. Throw gets away from Nessa Cox at first. That's going to allow Brown to go to third. Don't know if they would have gotten Connolly, but they give Hilltop an extra base now.
Number 2,
it's 2-1 for Giada Rising. So that is third hit this inning now for Hilltop. So here is Rising, the junior, hitting .424.
Yeah, another one of these left-handed hitters. Anytime you have a lefty at the plate, you got to be ready for the slap.
Look to bunt, pulls it back on the indifference. Connolly's going to take second base.
Coach Chopper puts the fake bunt on to see what the defense will do, and if they don't cover second, go ahead and take the free bag, and that's what Connolly does.
Connolly's going to look at a strike. Snap throw to third, trying to catch Brown off the bag. She's able to get back.
Good work by Wallace to go down and get that throw.
0-2 offering. This one lifted into the air. Not far enough, as Lola Giesecke didn't have to go far. She'll make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, number 32, Sophia Crossgrove.
And that is going to bring up another freshman in the lineup, Sophia Crossgrove. Leads the team in home runs with 5 while hitting .381 on the year. She'll take ball 1.
Kind of a silly statement right there, right? A freshman leads the team in home runs with 5.
So it's not that these freshmen are playing out of necessity. It's because they're good.
Yeah, watch out. Still won 22 games with a young lineup. Only one senior starting here today for Hilltop. It just shows you the program that they have built there.
1-0 is going to be cut on and missed. Evens the count now 1-1. That 1-1 offering. That one sails a little bit on Cape. Makes the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Now 2-1 offering. Takes a little something off that one. Crossgrove is a little ahead of it. She swings through it, which evens the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Giesecke throws down to third again with 2 outs. I'm not a big fan of that because if it gets away, you're giving away a run.
2-2 is cut on and missed. So Crossgrove will strike out, and that ends the inning. However, Hilltop able to strike for a couple of runs. They get 3 hits, take advantage of an error as well. 2-0 after 1 as you're watching tournament softball on NWOhio.live.
This is Chip Wood. The best deals on new and used cars and trucks and service too are at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Stop by and see us as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. We will not be undersold. You have my word on it.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
Well, our producer Ken Reeker trying to scare everyone as Miles and I checked our monitor that last commercial. No, it is not raining. I understand that's been a thing most of this spring, but a gorgeous afternoon and now evening for softball here in Bryan. As we begin the top half of inning number 2, as we start with Ella Myler is going to foul off the first pitch. Myler coming in hitting .431 this year.
Team leader with 9 free passes on walks. That time offering at the first pitch.
So Hilltop makes the calls from the dugout, and then everyone checks the wristband as the next pitch is fouled back to the screen.
They'll do that defensively and offensively. So it's a color-coded system and then a number along with it.
Myler is able to foul the next one back as well. So we stay no balls, 2 strikes.
Myler sporting the bubble braid on that back right-hand shoulder. You a big fan of the bubble braid?
Of course I am. Myler also sporting the I will do anything it takes to stay alive. Fouled off a couple of pitches here.
I'm a big fan of the bubble braid because it usually lands between the 2 numbers, right?
Anything to help us out and make it readable. There she go, puts it over the shoulder. That helps out as well. Another 0-2 offering. This one popped up. It's going to stay in play. Connolly gets her glove on it, but unable to squeeze it. Since it's off her glove, then foul. It's a fair ball, and Myler's going to reach on the air.
Yeah, ideally you want Rising or Varn Asdalen to call off the pitcher
14,
as they're moving
Nessa
towards
Cox.
it. Much easier play. And Conley kind of just drifted away from her.
So here's the first baseman, Nessa Cox, hitting .224. She's also clubbed a home run this year. It's going to bounce one foul. Connolly leaves the circle, does a better job getting the throw over that time. So effectively, Cox does the same thing a bunt would do there. Moves the runner
Up
over
to
to second
bat,
with
number
one out.
11, Ava Gisagi.
And here is the catcher, Ava Gisagi.
405. Look at that.
Ava comes in hitting .315 with a couple of home runs as well. She's behind no balls and a strike.
504.
This would be a huge hit for Edgerton. Get back in this ball game after giving up 2.
Connolly able to fire that one by her. Now no balls and 2 strikes.
Conley just eating her up with the first 2 offerings. See if she changes that. Sometimes if you run it right by, just do it a 3rd time.
This one is going to be popped up on the infield, and catch is going to be made as Elena Van Arsdalen at second base will make the grab. Might be a little talk about some talk on the diamond there.
Yeah, I'm not sure our microphones picked it up, but someone from the Hilltop dugout just blurted out, "Talk!"
Which
at the loudest
Now batting,
possible
number
moment.
5,
Yeah, you got to make sure
Olivia
you're calling for
Farnham.
the ball if it's yours.
which we should tell people is located directly beneath
It
us.
is, yeah.
So here's Olivia Farnham. She's going to foul off the first pitch. Kenley Rout giving effort down that first base line. Farnham hitting .268 on the year.
Well, we had a glimpse of her in volleyball last fall. Boy, is she impressive. Of course, we all know how good she is in basketball.
Farnham lifts this one. It's going to bounce in the infield, and trying to barehand it was the shortstop Jones. Everyone's got to be safe. I don't know how you score that one, partner.
I think you go ahead and give that a infield hit.
Yeah, it's a good
Up to bat, number
Tough
12,
play to be made.
Kennedy
Sure is.
Stout.
moves runners to first and third with 2 outs. There's Kennedy Sturt.
41.
Sturt hitting .204.
Down 201.
Like Miles said, huge opportunity now here for Edgerton, trying to get back into it after giving up 2 in the first.
Stutt was way behind that riser.
So 104.
Now the 0-1 offering, that one's going to be cut on and missed.
You see Farnham trying to entice a throw. Maybe get involved in a rundown, allow that run to come in from third to occupy the defense. 0-2 count. If you're Edgerton, do you go ahead and try to steal second with Farnham?
0-2, you saw Stutt there in the box.
Kind of took a half cut.
Yeah, also choked up. You saw the hands move up in the back. It's kind of a lost start.
341.
Stays alive. These Edgerton hitters have fouled off a handful of pitches.
A little Ty Cobb action. Going up that bat, separating the hands.
He'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes. Connolly gets the call, the 0-2 offering. That one comes high. And with no one really guarding the base, Farnham will move into second.
Huge jump by Farnham. Smart play by Hilltop. Just go ahead and focus on the hitter here.
0-2 offering, another half swing. This one is going to be fouled up and out of play.
Kennedy Stutt doing everything she can. Widen out the stance, shorten up the swing. Fighting hard to get that ball in play.
Base hit would give Edgerton a little bit of life here. Bulldogs down 2-0 as we play top half of inning number 2 in our NWOhio.live scoreboard. Stutt does reach out, sends this one into fair territory from the outfield grass. Throw's not going to be in time. Made by Elena Van Arsdalen. Both runners are going to come in and score, going on contact with 2 outs. It is a 2-out, 2-run single from Kennedy Stutt, and we are now tied at 2.
Yeah, just put the ball in play. Good things can happen. That's what Stutt did. She just kept battling and battling. How about Farnham coming all the way from second on a ball that barely left the infield?
Flips to the top of the order, and Lola Giesecke struck out her first time up. Edgerton team playing with a little bit of life now. Takes a big cut and misses 4, strike 1.
Giesecke, a strikeout victim to start this game.
534.
That 0-1 pitch coming here momentarily. This one is going to be hit in the air to center field, able to track it the entire way. Shaylin Brown, she's able to make the grab for out number 3. But a big second inning for Edgerton. After giving up 2 runs, they come back with 2. They take advantage of an error, get a couple of base hits as well. So 2-2 as we move to the bottom of the second. We want to tell you that our game tonight brought to you by Bricks to Clicks. Visit them, 29133 George Street in Millbury. Also check out Bricks to Clicks online on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well.
Evidently, it's bring the baby to the ball game day. Look at that guy. Oh, isn't he a cutie pie? What do you think, Randy? You like little kids?
Absolutely. Someone enjoying this great day. Again, it wasn't the storm that Ken Reeker was leading us to believe with the last commercial that he played.
I like that young man. He's got hair like mine, thin everywhere. I like it. Got himself a Guardians T-shirt on. See the City Connect uniforms that the Guardians are going.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Yeah, a lot of them look like kids with Crayolas.
Up to bat,
yeah,
number 19, Isabella Ackley.
So it's going to be 8-9-1 due up for Hilltop here in the bottom half of inning number 2. As the first pitch is going to be cut on by Isabella Ackley. Grounds that one to Olivia Wallace at third, who's able to make the play.
Now, Wallace has been very active at third base so far in this game and been up to the task.
So here is the second baseman,
Now
Elena
batting,
Van
number
Arsdalen.
1, Elena Van
Last
Arsdalen.
freshman in this lineup, hitting .261 on the year. Pops this one up behind the plate. And a little spin-a-rooney behind the dish. Ava Giesecke able to spot that, squeezes it for out number 2.
Man,
Now
nice job
batting,
by the
number
catcher.
6,
Finding where the
Callie
ball's at, that's
Jones.
a tough thing to do. You got to get rid of the mask and locate the ball, but more importantly, catch it. She finally did it. Got all 3 facets down.
Flips back to the top of the order now, and Haley Jones. Jones reached on a single and scored as part of that 2-run first inning for the Cadets.
A little bit of singing going on in that Hilltop dugout.
She's going to slap this one into center field, and that's going to get by the center field of Farnham. Farnham's got to race all the way near the wall, and that ends up going for a double for Jones.
Well, she almost thought about turning on the Jets, going for 3. Had to have been maybe 1 out. I think she would have challenged it, but with 2 outs, stay at second,
Up
base
to bat,
hit, probably
0,
gonna score
Henley
you.
Rout.
How impressive has that freshman Haley Jones been so far in this ballgame?
2 for 2, and now here's Kenley Rout. Rout reached on an error and scored. She tried to do the same thing. She slaps one foul down the third base side.
Got a good glimpse of Rout working on that back foot, attacking first when she was out of the batter's box.
Looks at one. So these two met. It was the season opener for Edgerton back on March the 25th. Edgerton at home was able to claim a 7-6 win over Hilltop. So Edgerton has handed Hilltop one of its 5 losses on the year. This one slapped. That one's going to be just foul past the bag at third.
I'm going to venture a guess that the weather here today much nicer than on March 25th when they
that sounds accurate.
Some of those early season spring matchups are just brutal.
It is. You are absolutely
Nobody enjoys being out there.
It's the 1-2 offering now to Rout. She is going to look at strike 3. So Hilltop gets 2 out double, but they do nothing with it. We're through 2 in a 2-2 tie, and you're watching District Softball at NWOhio.live.
This is Chip Wood. Stop by and see us at Bryan Ford as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. A lot has changed over the years, but one thing has not. We will work very hard to earn your trust and confidence every day. It's in our mission statement and in everything we do.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
2-2 our scores. We move to the third inning. Hilltop got a pair in the bottom half of the first. Edgerton able to answer right back with a pair top half of the second as we now play top half of the third. Winner's going to come back here to Bryan. Play the Montpelier Locomotives. Scored a 1-0 win over Ayersville in a great district semifinal.
Hey, you want to watch a game that had tremendous pitching.
Casey
That one
Everett.
indeed. Really one of those, you say it's a shame someone had to lose, but that one really, that's a shame either one of those teams got knocked out.
So here's Casey Everett, reached on an error first time up. She's going to look at one letter high for ball one. One 1-0 offering. That one does come in for the strike.
I find it a little unique that Hilltop has some young ladies wearing sunglasses, and the sun has disappeared on us.
1-1 comes in low, makes it 2 balls and a strike.
Might be one of those things, you know, you get used to it, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to change it. The future is so bright, you got to wear shades.
That's for the freshman, that's the case. Here's one to hit on the line. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Extra base hit here for Casey Everett. She's going to come in with a leadoff double.
A really nice job by Shaylin Brown in center field to get that ball in. Had it been on line to second base a little bit more, might have been able to get Everett.
Now batting,
Everett
number 13,
gave it a ride.
Corinne Cape.
So here's the pitcher, Corinne Cape. Cape hit one into right field her first time up. Just take a cut on and miss there for strike one.
And Conley changed a little speeds, had some movement on that one to get ahead.
134.
Now the 0-1. One will miss. It evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Edgerton trying to bring some luck to the number 3 hitters. Cape's got the count in her favor now, 2 balls and a strike.
Hilltop, not sure Edgerton's going to bunt, but they're ready for it as they Cosmo way up in front of third base, ready to attack it.
2-1 offering, no bunt there. Instead, a big healthy cut that's missed by Cape. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
sometimes you get third basemen, Randy, that just feel comfortable in being in front of third base because you don't have time to react. It's just on top of you.
2-2 pitch. This one hit into center, and racing to the spot is Brown. She'll make the grab for out number 1.
Yeah, Everett's kind of got caught in between. Is hit too hard
Now
for her to get
batting,
back
number
and tag
15,
up.
Olivia
Not sure would have been a smart
Wallace.
play trying to advance the third on that one anyhow.
So here's Olivia Wallace. Wallace hit a pop-up to the backpedaling Haley Jones to end the first inning. Wallace will take one high for ball 1.
Yeah, both teams getting really quality swings against the pitchers. It kind of feels like might be a high-run game at some point in time, maybe 8-6 runs apiece.
Wallace got the count in her favor now. 2 balls, no strikes.
201.
2-0 offering. That one is elevated, and Wallace will take a cut.
Such a tough pitch for hitters because you think it's going to be in the zone and just keeps rising.
134.
It's 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2-1 offering. That one has Wallace chasing, and she will strike out.
Scoreboard had it backwards, I believe. 2-1, it was 1-2. Unless it's the first 2-2 strikeout in softball history.
So here's Ella Myler. Myler reached on that dropped pop-up, and she's going to get a base hit here. She sends one in a shallow center field. Making the turn is Everett. She'll score. Now getting caught between the bases is Myler. She thought the throw was going to come all the way through, and Myler is going to be safe at second when it cannot be squeezed. I believe that was Jones that couldn't hold on to it. As Edgerton's going to take the 3-2 lead, Myler's going to pick up the RBI.
They're going to get a timeout, go out and talk to Myler. Check on her, make sure she's okay. Took a face full of dirt.
Yeah, and slid. Well, I thought she slid into the bag to just reach out. So.
Well, kind of a cardinal sin by Hilltop, though. You always want to run the runner back to first base. Don't run towards second if you're going to make a tag attempt. Thought they had a really good shot at her when she was going back to first. Looked like Myler was going to dive at one point in time, but they gave it up too early.
So it looks like Myler's okay. She stays in. Edgerton's 3-2 lead. Now here is the first baseman, Nessa Cox.
202.
Cut on and miss there, first pitch.
Cox steps out, looks down, and says, yeah, I'm on it. I'm all right. Swung and missed that one, but I'm going to be okay, Coach. I got this one.
Looks at one high, evens count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, you got to give a ton of credit to Edgerton. They were honestly the underdog in this game, right? But they have really showed more enthusiasm and keep battling, getting this 3-2 lead when they were down 2-0. A lot of character displayed by the Bulldogs.
212.
They've definitely come to play. We kind of thought maybe with Hilltop got a couple early, they were going to run away from them. But Edgerton's really shown something to battle back, like Miles said, taking this 3-2 lead. Counting up 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cox. Cox had to come back to the circle. Now she's run the count full.
And just another quality at bat by this Edgerton lineup, and their dugout getting some rhythmic clap going on.
125.
Connolly kind of waving off the first call. Now ready to go. Comes the 3-2 offering. As Cox leaning back, she'll draw the walk. There's now 2 on for the catcher, Ava Giesecke.
All 3 bags are hot. Give me now.
Giesecke hit a pop-up her first time up.
Yeah, nothing really hurt by Hilltop getting the base that was open occupied now because it sets up a force anywhere. The only bad thing about it is it gets it closer to flipping the lineup.
Mm-hmm. Giesecke, slow tapper to the circle. Connolly will flip over to Rising at first. She will get the out, and that will end the inning. So Edgerton able to get a couple on, but they do get one, excuse me. So the leadoff double for Everett will lead to an RBI for Myler. So 3-2, Edgerton with the lead as we move to the bottom half of inning number 3. We want to tell you that our game today brought to you by Chappie's Snappy Dogs. Visit Chappie's Snappy Dogs on Facebook. Give Carol a call, 419-297-1004. It's that time of year. Graduation parties, just summer outdoor gatherings. Need some food? Well, we know who to call. That's Carol, Chappie's Snappy Dogs.
Not just bratwurst and sausage and hot dogs. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Walking tacos.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, walking tacos are amazing.
All that available at Chappie's Snappy Dogs. We want to thank them being a part of our tournament coverage here at NWOhio.live. Miles and I and our entire crew will be with you for a couple of days next week as well. Have some district baseball action coming your way.
Got some hacky sack without the hacky sack going on in the circle. Did you see that? They're playing a little hot potato.
Yeah. All leads to Corinne Cape as Edgerton now playing with a one-run lead as we get ready to go here in the bottom half of inning number 3. It'll be hitters 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Cadets. Brooklyn Kuzmal, Shaylin Brown, and Kelsey Connolly. Kuzmal hit a hot shot to third her first time up. She'll look at one high for ball 1. Miles set a couple of times.
Number 4, Brooklyn Kuzma.
Olivia Wallace, third baseman for Edgerton, has been involved in a lot of the defense. This one hit high in the air. And racing over, reaching out the glove will be Ella Myler. She'll make the grab for out number 1.
Myler, a little nonchalant, but gets it to go into the glove. And then you just see her take a huge sigh of relief after finding that one going into the web.
So that brings up Shaylin Brown. Brown with a 2-run single back in the first. Gave Hilltop at the time 2-0 lead. Chops one towards second. Everett's with it. Gets the throw over to first in time quickly. There's now 2 up, 2 gone in the Hilltop half of the third. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Kelsey Connolly. Connolly with a single. Was left stranded at second back in that opening frame. Hits one towards second again. Everett with a little bit of time. And a nice nab with the throw at first by Nessa Cox to get the out. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. Hilltop goes down in order. We're through 3. It's 3-2 Edgerton. You're watching Tournament Softball on NWOhio.live.
This is Chip Wood. Stop by and see us at Bryan Ford as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. A lot has changed over the years, but one thing has not. We will work very hard to earn your trust and confidence every day. It's in our mission statement and in everything we do.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, welcome back to Bryan, Ohio. District softball on a really comfortable 74 degrees right now. It looks a little overcast, but no chance for rain. The weatherman said not till past midnight tonight, so
okay,
looks like we're going to be okay.
Good shape, then.
He is Randy Roberts. I am Miles Holliday. We are having a good time. First game was unbelievable, 1-0 win. Now we got another great ball game, 3-2.
Olivia
Edgerton
Farnham
on top. Top of the fourth, Olivia Farnham leading it off here for Edgerton. Offers at the first one, fouls it away. It's going to be Farnham, Stute, and then Gieske, 8, 9, and 1. I'll tell you what, if you have someone like Farnham as an 8-hitter, you got a pretty athletic lineup. That was He's going to miss a little bit low. Looking ahead, Randy, in the final. And Montpelier matching up against one of these two teams. That's going to be a fantastic final.
Yeah, Montpelier, I think no matter who, it's going to be a rematch of the regular season. That one's going to be called back and caught behind the plate by Rao.
Nice play by Rao. Both catchers showing the ability to get rid of that
Up to
mass.
bat, number 12, Kennedy
Softball,
Stutt.
the best of them. Brings up Kennedy Stutt, 204 on the year.
401.
Big hit in that second inning after Hilltop took the 2-0 lead. She was able to come through with a 2-run single.
That was a battle, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fouled off several, shortened up her bat, widened out the stance, just found a way to punch it into right field. Really changed the complexion of this game. It looked like it was going to be all Hilltop early.
It did.
That one a little bit high, runs it right by. Sitting at 1-1 now. And Conley doesn't work as fast as some other pitchers in the circle. Collects herself, gets the signal from the dugout, looks at the wristband, and she's dealing. That one's going to be flied out to left field and is going to fall in. And 2 hits on the day for Kennedy Stutt as that one lands in front of Shaylin Brown in left field. Partner, you don't have to hit them like a laser. You just have to hit them where they're not.
Yeah, it looked like Brown was going to be able to race up and make the play, but just kind of dropped right in front of her. So, seeing eye single for Stutt, her second of the night, and Edgerton's got something going again.
It's going to bring up Lola Gieske, the shortstop, 339 on the year. Offers that one misses. A strikeout and a flyout on the day for Gieske. That is Stutt down at first base, 1 out. Edgerton up 3-2. He's going to miss low. I see Conley peer into the dugout. A couple times she has shook off the pitch selection by the dugout. Stays true with it this time. Other one's going to get punched into left field by the outstretched Cosmo. Back-to-back base hits for Edgerton, and they got something brewing here in the top of the 4th inning.
It's the one downside when you play in at third base. Kuzmal in a little bit doesn't have the time to react, and a ball hits sharply to her. Now Edgerton's got a couple on.
Everett's reached early in the game with an E4. Does have some really good speed, puts pressure on that Hilltop defense.
Yeah, legged out that double. I got up to the wall.
That one's going to be popped up on the infield, dropped. They're still going to get the force. And then the tag and a double play. Well, they're going to say she was safe at third and safe at home. And we're going to have all kinds of discussion going on here.
So was there a infield fly rule with 2 on?
First and second is an automatic infield fly. The drop by Cosmo threw everything for a loop. Nobody called infield fly. We're going to have ourselves a lengthy discussion by all 3 umpires. And the reason why you have an infield fly is for those situations right there, right?
Yeah, so we're going to see the replay there. You saw, looked like Stutt trying to come in. So no tag at third. We do see a tag there at second base.
But the dropped pop-up by Cosmo should have ended everything. And we're going to get a discussion here trying to explain
Edgerton
everything.
coaching staff is going to be given an explanation.
Coach Carrier going to hear from the umpire. And they're going to say that's going to be the ending.
So they're going to call, I'm assuming, are they going to call infield fly for out number 2 and then the tag out at second for out 3?
Yeah, when the ball hits the ground, you are free to advance. So the infield fly, this means that the batter is out. Once the ball does hit the ground, it's up to you to hold still. And since they did not take off, or did not hold still, they took off, you put yourself at risk. There's your 3rd out. And that was a creative way to get to the end of the inning.
So that is something. So Edgerton kind of runs themselves out of an inning. But boy, partner, that was That was interesting. That was something.
It was, and a really good job by the umpires getting together and talking things out. And we're still at 3-2. We're heading towards the bottom of the 4th inning.
The Under Game today brought to you by H2H Realty. See April Holiday for all of your needs.
My favorite holiday right there, April Holiday.
Give her a call, 419-345-9687.
And when you talk to her, ask her if she was nice to me when I was a little kid.
Up to bat,
the answer
number
was
2,
no.
Giada Rising.
Say, why weren't you nice to your little brother, Miles?
So we very quickly have getting to the bottom half of the 4th, partner.
Offers at the first one. That is Giada Rising. It'll be Crossgrove and then Ackley following her. Guaranteed up here for Hilltop. 0-1 delivery. Now 0-2. The Cadets wearing the black on black stirrups. Love the all black look. What about you?
It is, with the white script Cadets outlined in red.
Pop up on the left-hand side. Going to be gloved by Wallace. Wallace continues her stellar defensive day. Gets that pop-up for out number 1.
I thought that was coming up towards us here.
I was on it. I don't know if you saw. I had my hand extended. I was going to grab that one. So,
Up to bat,
Hilltop
number 32,
a couple of years ago, I want to say
Sophia
3-4 years ago, remember they
Crossgrove.
had the Astros with the red different color stripes. Asked Coach Chopper, I said, when are you bringing those back? And as soon as he could answer, his entire coaching staff said, no, we'll never wear those again. I liked them. I was a big fan of those.
The coaches are worried about it. In the high school level, it's not like the coaches wear uniforms anyways.
I think Coach made them back then.
Oh,
I think that's
okay.
what the problem was.
Okay.
1-1. The older you get, though, those stripes aren't flattering. That was going to be fouled out of play on top of the press box. Might have heard it go doink. Scared our producer, Ken Reeker.
We may or may not have a camera situated somewhere near there.
1-2. Crossgrove looks on. Change of pace. A really good piece of hitting to get a piece of that one. Fouls that one back. Been impressed with Kate. Comes in with a record of 4-7. You see that record and you're like, oh, what? Not very good, but she has pitched better than that record. Fouls that one back again. Good battle here between Crossgrove and Cape.
Cape's been put in some tough spots. This Edgerton team playing in the Green Meadows Conference, you get a lot of really, really good softball teams. You're automatically on your schedule. Sonora, Fairview, the first two that come to mind.
And she stood there like the house on the side of the road for strike number 3. Gets rung up. Tough call. Must have just nibbled that inside corner.
That's just the 3rd strikeout for Kate, but she's been effective after giving up a couple of runs in the first inning.
That's going to bring up Isabella Eckley. 4:23 on the year. Back to the pitcher, over to first. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. So after 4, we are still sitting pretty at 3-2 Edgerton.
This is Chip Wood. Stop by and see us at Bryan Ford as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. A lot has changed over the years, but one thing has not. We will work very hard to earn your trust and confidence every day. It's in our mission statement and in everything we do.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Welcome back here to Bryan. Randy Roberts next to me. I'm Miles Holliday. This is a fantastic matchup. Buddy, we've been blessed with 2 back-to-back good ones.
Now batting, number
13,
13,
we
Corinne
mentioned it a
Cape.
couple of times. After Hilltop got out in front early, we thought maybe it was going to be a runaway, but this turned into a really competitive game, and we've mentioned all the accolades that opening game with Montpelier and Ayersville in a 1-0 game. It wasn't decided until late.
Hey, Kate fouls that one. Hey, wake up, ladies, over in the dugout. Just a little wake-up call as she fouls that one out. It's Cape, Wallace, and Myler at Cape. The big hitter in this Bulldog lineup, 509, 18 RBI, 2 home runs, and a swipe 7 stolen bases. That one's going to miss a little bit low. Earlier we heard the Hilltop Lady Cadets singing in their dugout. Now we got the Lady Bulldogs responding with a song. Your thoughts on singing in dugouts?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Sometimes it gets to be a little too much.
Yeah, as long as it's not like every inning, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while. 1-2 now. Conley takes a look. Wheels and deals. Line to short. Throw over to first. Oh, what a play by Jones. Haley Jones shows off her proficiency with the bat earlier, this time with the glove.
We mentioned she's just a freshman.
How about that?
Up to
Sticks
bat,
it 2
number
steps to her
15,
left and just
Olivia
nails it.
Wallace.
Brings up Wallace. 308 on the year, 2 home runs. But it's been the bottom of the order for this Edgerton team that has kind of carried the day.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you get production from 7, 8, 9, that's a good thing. Fouled one straight back. And that netting is getting a workout here today.
It has. Both games.
1-1. 3-2 Edgerton on top. Top of the 5th inning. Fouled back, squirts out of the glove. Rout tried to squeeze it. 1-2 now.
133.
Beautiful scene here. People in the stands, a lot of people in lawn chairs around the field. There's another one. He gets back to the netting. I've seen about 4 or 5 dogs too, like dogs at the ballpark.
Yeah.
I'm a dog
Always
guy.
nice to have.
Offered by Conley. Ground ball off the glove by Cosmo. Going to go into left field. Could be 2. They're going to hold up at 1. Nice piece of hitting by Wallace to reach first base. Second time Cosmo's had one go off her into left field.
Hey, we got 1 down.
She's got to start feeling like a dartboard down here at third base on top of her.
A conversation involving Ella Myler now.
Yeah, Myler comes
Oh,
over.
we got a
Pinch runner coming in.
Yep.
Take a look at who that is. Wearing number 9. I have Laney Wright. Is that who
Now
you
batting, number 17, Ella Myler.
have? And Myler at the plate.
Double check here.
After some discussion, we're ready to go.
Yep, live Laney right.
Pitch called a strike. Always got to be aware when a new runner comes in, because coaches aren't dumb. They don't put slow people in, do they? Gets away from the catcher route.
402.
Kuzmal still playing in front of third base. He's going to miss high. 2-1, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning, 3-2 Edgerton.
123.
It was Hilltop that scored first, got up 2-0, but it's been all Edgerton since. Popped up on the infield here. Van Arsdale runs in, able to snag it for out number 2. Nice work by Van Arsdale
Now
to fly in
batting,
and
number
get it.
14,
No sort of
Nessa
extracurricular activity with running the bases afterwards.
That was a very pedestrian pop-up that time. It's going to bring up Nessa Cox, the 6-hitter for this Bulldog lineup. 224, does have a home run, walked already here today. Conley gets started with a strike. Conley doing a much better job in the later innings of keeping the ball down.
Mm-hmm.
That one runs right by that time. Raised used it a little bit. Started off with one right about the knees. That one about belt high. 0-2 way ahead, 2 outs. Runner on first. Get strike number 3 for the out. 3 outs means we're headed towards the bottom of the 5th. Edgerton still leads this one 3-2 here on NWOhio.live.
Yeah, we want to thank Willis Electric for sponsoring our game tonight. Commercial, industrial, residential electric needs. You can visit them online, willis.com. Give them a call, 419-428-3161. We want to thank Willis Electric for being with us all year as well. Great guys that do a lot for high school sports all over Northwest Ohio.
I sure do. Always love going to Stryker when we have a chance to broadcast some of their games. Always treated really well there. Well, it's always interesting to watch Edgerton in between innings with their little flip of the ball thing that they do. I'm not sure what they call that game, but I think if it serves a purpose of keeping them loose, it's effective.
It works, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they've been a loose group all day long. So it's 9-1-2 up for Hilltop. Van Arsdalen, Jones, and Rout. Want to make sure you get Van Arsdalen out because Jones has been a terror at the top of the order.
Up to bat, number 1, Elena Van Arsdalen.
Hilltop running out of outs, down 3-2. Offered by Cape, swung on by Van Arsdalen, 261. Does have an incredible 358 on base, and that's exactly what you want out of a 9-hole hitter. Someone that gets on base.
Oh, yeah. Be able to flip that order.
Slap bunt look, pulled back. Coach Chopper calls out 404. What you want to do is you want to get that card he has in his hand so you know what they're doing.
Something that's very easily done.
You know, Connor Stallings is out of work. You could always hire him. 2-1 now. Slapped into center field for a base hit. Farnham's going to pick it up. It's going to be too late, as that 9-hole hitter that we talked about getting on base does it yet again.
Farnham was cheating up, and it looked like at first maybe she was thinking about trying to get a throw to first, but
up to bat, number 6,
does the smart thing,
Hallie
just gets the ball
Jones.
back in.
And Haley Jones, who's had herself a heck of a day already, a single and a double. Runs at that one, but takes it for a ball.
Strike.
They called that one a strike.
Yeah.
Scoreboard shows ball, but that one, all right, so we are finally at 1-1. Scoreboard still shows 2-0. Somewhere, someone's right. Here's a pitch, slapped right back to the pitcher, Cape, over to second base for the force out. A really nice play by Everts to get over there in time to get the force. For the first time, they've been able to kind of stop Jones from doing some major damage. Gets the force out there.
Yeah, tough
Now
hopper.
batting, 0, Kenley
Jones still on
Rout.
base and can run, but able to get an out and get the lead runner.
Kenley Root up the catcher, 296, but a 441 on base. Offers a bunt, pulls it back, and a stolen base attempt. Jones gets it, ball gets away, moves on to third. And Hilltop, who has 76 stolen bases coming in today, gets yet another one. Here's a crazy thing too, Randy. Of those 76 stolen bases, who had 38 of them?
I'm going to go Jones.
Yeah, Jones. Have we mentioned she's just a freshman? Slapped at it, fouled back. Boy, Jones is a big run on third base. You play a lot differently when it's tied up than you do down by a run.
And with just one out, so many different ways you can get her in.
Rout handles the bunt well, tries to get it down, but it's going to go foul. Are you a big fan when coaches still bunt with 2 outs? or 2 strikes rather.
If it's someone who knows what they're doing.
Played for a guy that if you didn't get the bunt down, he'd still make you do it with 2, just to make you angry. Slapped at it, and it's going to go into the glove for the out. Nice work by Ava Gieske to hold on to it. And that's a big out with 2 now. Tying run on third, that's Jones. Made it over there with the stolen base, and then the throw got through to center field, moved her on to third. Kuzmal up now. Offers at the first one, fouls it back. Kuzmal, who's had softballs on top of her in a hurry at third base today. 308 on the year. One of the big bats in this lineup. 4 home runs. Way ahead of that one, pulls it foul. Had a good swing at it, but now 0-2 by Kuzmal.
Yeah, right idea.
Wallace plays in front of the bag, 2 outs. Outfield playing deep and left and in center. Up in right field. Down the left field line, Wallace with the throw the first. Wallace continues her heck of a day at third base for out number 3. Hilltop threatens, gets Jones over to third with 1 out, but Edgerton closes the door. We're through 5. Still 3-2 Edgerton here on NWOhio.live.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Oh, what a huge half inning by Edgerton as Hilltop with an opportunity, Miles. Tying run sitting at third in the form of Haley Jones. And a strikeout and a liner to third and a great fielding job by Olivia Wallace, and a good throw gets out of the frame.
Yeah, if you're Coach Chopper, you got Jones on third, 1 out, and you got Root and Kuzmal coming up, right?
Up
You're
to
like,
bat,
hey, we're going to tie this thing up.
Ava Gieske.
So Edgerton will still play with a 3-2 lead as we move to the 6th. Hitter 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Bulldogs. Starting with Ava Gieske, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Gieseke's going to hit this one high in the air. That one is going to be tracked down as Shaylin Brown thought she lost it. That one looked like it was going to be by her, but Brown able to adjust and make the catch for out number 1.
Hey, she didn't take the best path towards it, but she got there and got it.
Now batting,
Brown,
number 5,
it makes us like
Olivia
can of
Farnham.
corn. And Gieske going to drive this one over the head of Brown. And as you see, Brown took 2 steps in and then kind of bananas back towards it. Snow cones it for the out. It's not style points, it's just catching it.
So here's Olivia Farnham, who's 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. Farnham hits 1-2. First, that one's going to go through the legs of Rising. Shades of Bill Buckner. And Farnham is aboard.
Now, we've all been there. You play ball enough, you're going to let one go right through the wickets. Yeah, Rising just didn't keep the glove in the dirt long enough. In hockey, they call it a 5-hole goal, don't they? Right through the legs.
Right through the wicket. So here's Kennedy Stutt. Stutt, the number 9 hitter. 2 base hits, 2 RBI. Ground ball to second. Quick throw is going to be made. Making the turn when the throw went to first base will be Farnham. Farnham's going to end up at third, but she's there with 2 outs.
Yeah, Farnham didn't hesitate at all. As soon as she got to second base, took a quick look over the left-hand shoulder, and she booked it towards third base. And Farnham has made a big difference in this game, but so has Kennedy Stutt. Put the ball in play every single time that they've needed it.
So here's the leadoff hitter, Lola Giesecke, singled her first time up and then was involved with whatever the call was in that infield fly to end the 4th. pulls her bat back as she takes ball one. Giesecke also struck out to begin the game, flied to center to end the second. She's got a chance to extend this Bulldog league. Right now, 3-2 Edgerton. Our NWOhio.live scoreboard, top of the sixth. She'll take another one. Let her high for ball two.
And Farnham doing a great job with the secondary lead at third, trying to entice a snap throw down by Root.
.20 offering. That one's going to be cut on and missed. Farnham's going to be right there. If there's anything that happens behind the dish, like you said.
I think her plan, Randy, if they snap down in the third, she's going to just go ahead and go home.
.21 offering. That one is taken high. Lola Giesecke with a count in her favor now. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, at worst, Farnham has gotten in the head of the defense of Hilltop. You want to focus on the hitter. They're paying a little more too much attention to third base.
3-1 offering is taken for a strike. Giesecke must have known it too, because she made no effort to head to first on what would have been ball 4.
Home plate umpire, he likes the dramatic pause, doesn't he?
3-2 offering. This one hit on the handle. It's going to be popped up right to Kuzball at third. Makes the grab for out number 3. So Edgerton advances a runner to third. Hilltop did the same thing. Can't do anything with them as they hang on to that 3-2 lead as we move to the bottom half of inning number 6 in our game today. Brought to you by Bricks to Clicks. See them at 29133 George Street in Millbury, as they've got everything that you could possibly think of. New items arriving almost daily. You can check out their best thing I love the best is the videos they do almost every day of all the new stuff that comes in.
Chuck does a really good job of that. He actually was on a TV show, Extreme Unboxing, on the Discovery Network, I think it was. Yeah, they were on there for a season, and so he's very camera friendly.
And our game tonight also brought to you by Chappie's Snappy Dogs. Give Carol a call, 419-297-1004. Hot dogs,
now
brats,
batting number 12,
Miles said,
Shaylin
walking tacos,
Brown.
anything you can think of. Got a big party coming up. Need to feed some people? Give Carol a call. Chappie's Snappy Dogs. Look up Chappie's Snappy Dogs on Facebook. So the cleanup hitter, Shaylin Brown, who has a 2-run single and a ground out, takes strike 1 as we begin the bottom half of inning number 6. She'll then foul off strike 2.
You can't say enough about the job Cape has done. Gave up 2 in that first inning, but she has been rock solid in the circle for Edgerton.
The 0-2 offering. That one's going to be fouled back to the screen, so Brown will stay alive.
I made it through the screen. Went through the netting.
Yeah. Oh!
Yeah. Went all the way back. In fact, a nice gentleman from Edgerton is going to go get that one. I believe it's from Edgerton. He has a burgundy shirt on or a maroon shirt.
Maroon. 0-2 offering. This one's going to be golfed into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Myler able to play that one, but Brown has her second hit of the evening. It's a leadoff single. Here comes the pitcher, Kelsey Connolly. Connolly with a single and a ground out to second base.
Number 17, Kelsey Connolly.
Well, decision time for Coach Chopper. Do you bunt, try to get in scoring position, or you swing away?
First pitch high for ball 1.
You're quickly running out of outs, so you got to get that one run across.
Tournament field officially here. The lights have come on here at the softball facility at Rec Park. There's one cut on and missed. Snap throw to first. Not in time. Thrown to the wrong shoulder. Good grab by Cox, but had to turn all the way around to apply the tag.
How about the tag on the bill? Forced the helmet down. Brown's like, hey, I can't see.
Next offering to Connolly. That one in for the strike.
Well, you kind of have to guess, don't you? You think it's a strike, and then you wait for the arm. Yeah. Gets everyone's attention before that strike call gets up there.
Count now sits 2 balls and a strike Connolly, 2-1 offering. This one hit off the handle. And how about the heads-up play at second base? Now throw across the diamond. Not in time. That's going to get away from Wallace, but not far enough where Brown can advance. But what about the heads-up play made by Casey Everett at second base when she realized that Cox was going to be unable to come up with the softball, races over and gets the out.
Yeah, Everett's really put on the afterburners to get to first base, to at least get that out.
Giada Rising.
Almost a risky throw to third base, so could have tied this one up.
So here's Rising. Rising looks to bunt, lays it down in front. Brown's going to wait for the ball to come all the way through, and then a heads-up play. Edgerton's trying to get her back to third. So Rising will get first.
You got to credit Brown, though, because she put the pressure on the defense. She came all the way down third base far enough to force the defense really in a bad position. You try to take the out at first knowing that Brown's going to score. First and third now, huge first and third situation defensively for Edgerton.
Got out of this once already, one out, runners on the corners. Crossgrove looks to bunt. She'll pull it back, takes it for strike one. So Sophia Crossgrove 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts this evening.
Yeah, but she's a dangerous hitter. Look at that slugging percentage, 667. Home run power. And we're going to get a timeout, going to talk things over. Now, it's important for Edgerton, right? They've been loose all game long. Just because it's a tight situation. Don't play tight now. Be relaxed, just play good defense. Do you trade an out for a run here, let it get tied up, or do you try to cut that run off at home? Now, it's one of the things they're talking about now at second and third.
Might be exactly what the conversation is. It looks like everyone is all happy with it. As that infield breaks up. So, by the way, Rising took second with no throw on that pitch. So runners now at second and third, just one gone. Hilltop with another opportunity. Cadets down 3-2 here in the bottom half of the sixth. Cape with the offering. That one's going to be bunted at. That foul. That one spins out of the batter's box. Crossgrove.
I bet you Wallace was happy that it was a bunt because she was about 5 feet away from Crossgrove.
Makes count, no balls, 2 strikes now. Pitch comes in high, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crossgrove stays in the box. We're ready to go with Cape. 1-2 offering. That one's going to be fouled back to the screen.
That was a nasty pitch. Going to be right at the edge of the zone. Rising. Not sure how Crossgrove was able to get a piece of that.
So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 offering. This one popped up. Stays on the infield. Catch is made at second base by Casey Everett. And there's now 2 gone.
About the best outcome there could have been there for Edgerton. Ball hit and play, but it's a pop-up, so runners
now
really have no
number
chance
19,
to advance on the
Isabella
infield.
Ackley.
Everett's been rock solid at second base.
So here's the left fielder, Isabella Ackley, 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. 1 to third, 1 back to Cape in the circle. Hits this one in the air. It's going to get through for a base hit. They're going to get the out, however.
Oh boy, how about the throw? Kennedy Stutton right field. Been huge with the bat. This time bigger with the arm.
So my apologies. I thought that was going to get through, but the well-known 9-3 putout ends the inning.
We've seen many outfielders here today look at first base, right? And this time it finally pays off. You thought this game was going to be tied up, and all of a sudden, the force out from right field changes the complexion of this game.
It's huge out by Stutz, so she's done it with both the bat and the glove. So 3-2, we go to the 7th. We'll take a timeout here on NWOhio.live.
This is Chip Wood. The best deals on new and used cars and trucks, and service too, are at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Stop by and see us as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. We will not be undersold. You have my word on it.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Edgerton ready to go here, top of the 7th. A big out made at first base, courtesy of the right fielder.
Up to bat, number
Kennedy
6,
Stud.
Casey Everett.
After it looked like the game-tying hit from Isabella Ackley, Stud able to throw her out from short right field. Now Casey Everett will lead off. Top half of inning number 7, the Edgerton Bulldogs in front 3-2.
These Bulldogs, they've been battling all game long.
Everett with a base hit. That one will get through to left field. Make sure that Everett doesn't get thrown out from the outfield. Now gotta be careful every time softball ends up into the outfield grass.
Now
big
batting,
leadoff
number
single
13,
by Everett.
Corinne Cape.
Because obviously, if you're Edgerton, you want to add to that total, make this a 2 or 3 run lead going into the bottom of the 7th.
So here's Cape, 0 for 3, about the only one not getting involved in the offense for Edgerton this evening. Takes it one outside of the strike zone for ball 1.
Isn't that something? If you had said that Cape wouldn't have been a factor offensively and Edgerton would still be in front, you'd be like, how's that possible? But it's been the bottom of the order. It's done a great job for Edgerton.
Yeah, everyone except for Cape and Ava Giesecke have at least reached base in some form or fashion for the Bulldogs. 2 balls, no strikes now for Corinne Cape. Cape watches one come in low. She's got to count her favorite 3-0.
Yeah, you got the green light here, 3-0. Best hitter on the team. You're up by 1. I think this is going to be a take.
You want to extend the lead. He's going to follow this one back and out of play.
That one makes it all the way back to the parking lot. Man from West Unity grabbed that one.
One offering comes in high. Should be ball 4. A lot of confusion again.
3-2.
3-2. Our apologies.
3-2.
Offering. That one's going to get into center field. As Edgerton will play a little station-to-station softball.
Well, you just knew Cape eventually was going to do something solid at the plate. Lines that one into center field. And the first 2 aboard to start the top of the 7th. That's going to bring out Coach Chopper to talk things over with Hilltop.
It looks like we may have a change in the circle as the ball was quickly handed off to Rising. There's going to be some position changes, it appears, for the Cadets.
Now, Rising has thrown 71 innings this year, ERA of 1.78, 9-2 on the year, so very familiar with the dish, and more importantly, she throws left-handed.
Trying to change things up here, so Rising will come on and pitch. So while they have the change here, it will give us the opportunity to tell you that our game tonight brought to you by H2H Realty. Home buying doesn't have to be a stressful event. Make it a holiday by contacting April Holiday with H2H Realty. Give her a call, 419-345-9687. So Miles mentioned some of the numbers. You see the new pitcher for Hilltop in Giada Rising. So Rising comes over from first base. I think it's going to be as simple as a position change. Or Kelsey Connolly, who was pitching, will go to first.
No old school National League double switch or anything like that. Just a
Up to
simple
bat,
pitcher
number
to first.
15,
First
Olivia Wallace.
Miss those days now with the designated hitter in both leagues.
You're the only one that misses that.
Made managers have to manage a little bit. So here's Wallace. will greet the new pitcher. That one is not going to be caught. Great work by the umpire, racing halfway out into center field, as it looked like Shaylin Brown was going to come up with it, but the officials say that one caught a little bit of grass before Brown was able to grab it. Edgerton has the bases loaded with nobody out.
It sets up a force absolutely everywhere. However, there is still only no out.
So here's Ella Myler. Myler reached on an air, had an RBI single and a pop-up. She's going to hit this one right to short. Tag didn't have to be applied with the force, but they'll double it up. So Pendley Rout will get the throw from Jones.
Yeah, Jones, no doubt about it, came home to get that run, but really unbelievable scoop by Rout.
14,
I'm not sure how she's able to come up with that one. Fantastic work by the catcher.
Base is still loaded now, just one out with Nessa Cox. Nessa Cox has drawn a walk, struck out, and grounded out today. First offering, that one taken just high. No, my apologies. Catches the top part of the strike zone.
Corners are up for Hilltop. They're going to cut the run off at 4.
0-1 will miss low, so it does even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
A little surprised that the outfield is still putting back for Hilltop. Try to take away anything that's going to hit the grass.
Long conversation to get the next pitch signal into Rising, which does rise. Unrising makes 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, with a name like Rising, you have to throw the rise ball, don't you?
Okay, 113.
2-1 offering coming here. This one is going to get away from Rout, sliding and tagged out. Will be Corinne Cape.
Now Cape gambled, tried to go on the pass ball. Here it is right there, efficient play. The tag is going to be applied. I think it is the left hand. It is tagged first by Rising. Back-to-back big plays by Rout. At first on the scoop on the throw by Jones, and this time getting back on the pass ball, wild pitch rather, and getting it efficiently to her teammate Rising for the out.
Other runners do advance, so they're at second and third. Partner, this would be huge. Hilltop's able to get out of this without allowing a run.
I'm not sure I gamble by going there, right? Keep the pressure on the defense. 50-50 play at home plate on a pass ball. Tough call.
Big cut there for Nessa Cox. Have the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 offering. This one slowly hit to Jones at short. Throw across the diamond is going to be in time. And Edgerton loads the bases with nobody out, but cannot score.
When you got a chance to kill, you better take advantage of it. And they didn't get it done. Hilltop stays alive, only down by 1. Boy, talk about living dangerously. Hilltop was on the edge.
So Allie Jones gets the out at the plate on the shot to short. Runners thrown out at the plate on a wild pitch, and then a ground out. Unbelievable. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Before that, we want to tell you that a game tonight brought to you by Willis Electric. See them for all your commercial, industrial, residential electric needs. Always proud to support the students and athletes of Northwest Ohio. It's Willis Electric in Stryker. Give them a call, 419-428-3161, or visit willis.com. Well, my friend, what's the bottom of the 7th have in store for us?
It's been a lot of fun. Let's hope we get more fun, right?
It'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2, starting with a second baseman, Elena Van Arsdalen. 1 for 2 today, reached on a single her last time up in the 5th. She'll take one high for ball 1.
I'd be okay with extra innings. How about you?
We thought we were going to get it in the first game. We thought this one might be a runaway after the start by Hilltop. But Edgerton able to battle back, and now the Bulldogs 3 outs away from what you would consider pulling an upset and moving on to face Montpelier back here at Bryan Rec Park for the district final Friday night. 1-1 pitch out of the zone, makes it 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I think if you talk to enough people, about 90% would say this was going to be a Hilltop win, right? And nobody told Edgerton, though, right? They played fantastic softball here.
Edgerton owns a win over Hilltop. Again, that was back the season opener. And trying to run out. No one at first base. Big break for Hilltop. Zava Giesecke tried to come from behind the plate to make the play on a pop-up. And Van Arsdalen is going to be aboard.
She was there, just squirted out of the glove when she squeezed. Couldn't go top hand close because she was running at top speed. Such a tough play for a catcher to make.
And with everyone coming in when they saw the ball popped up, no one covered first. Leadoff hitter aboard. That gets to the top of the order now, Haley Jones. Jones today has reached 3 times. She has a single, a double. Reached on a fielder's choice and was left stranded at third. Back in the 5th. Bounces this one. Trouble at second base. Everyone's going to be safe. Zeveritz can't quite get a handle on it. And the first 2 hitters are aboard for Hilltop.
We're going to have a timeout as Edgerton wants to talk things over.
Kenley Rout is going to be the next hitter.
What a difference from a couple inches. Had Giesecke been able to come up with that, pop up to start the inning, things are different. Such a good effort by her, just couldn't get underneath it fully, and the ball squirted out.
So umpires are going to talk about this one because they know this one's going to come down to the wire as well.
They're probably talking about the infield fly rule again.
So 3-2, still no one out as we play the bottom of the 7th. Kenley Rout reached on an error and scored in the first, and then has struck out twice. Rout steps in. It's Corinne Cape. Cape has worked out of trouble.
I think the bunt is in order here, moving to second and third.
I would think so. It's what it appears to be, and it's going to be bunted foul back behind the plate.
Yeah, the idea was to punch it down to third base. This is what you want to do with first and second, make the third baseman feel it. Guarantees, unless it's an incredible play on a wheel over to the shortstop, that you're going to advance the runners. Go ahead and show it. Show it a little bit early if you're going to do it.
Offering from Cape. Instead, it's going to be slapped back to Cape. Cape trying to get the out, gets it at third as she turns and nabs the lead runner in Van Arsdalen.
Now batting,
Yeah,
number
what a
4,
play by Cape.
Brooklyn Kuzma.
First to catch it is right back at her, about head high. And then the smarts to wheel it over to Wallace at third to get the lead runner.
Still leaves 2 on, but now they're there with 1 out. Here's Brooklyn Kuzma, 0 for 3 today. Couple of ground outs and a fly out.
Are we a little surprised they took the bunt off?
A little bit. One sails high for ball 1. .1-0 offering coming here from Cape. Rocks fires this one. Pop foul behind the plate. Giesecke giving chase. Unable to come up with it.
Well, her range is fantastic. Almost got that one as well. Giesecke, all effort behind that plate.
Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike here with 1 out in a 1-run game. Whoever's idea it was to come out and do these games today, that guy deserves a raise.
The guy back at the home station that schedules these, fantastic work.
1-1 offering. Kuzma looks to bunt, does offer at it, takes it for a strike. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You see Jones is halfway between second and third for Hilltop. And Edgerton smartly said, no, we're not going to get involved in a rundown with you.
You see the wheel on, you see Everett's cheating up. which then allows Lola Giesecke to come over to the bag at third. 1-2 offering. This one hit high in the air. This one's going to sky foul near the baseball diamond. That's actually going to reach near the baseball facility next to us.
Landed on top of the restrooms. Can you imagine someone doing some work in there and you hear a big thud?
We'll do it again. 1-2 strikes. This one into center field. It's a base hit. Jones around to score.
No challenge it.
Second runner coming. The relay's going to be in time.
It's going to tie things up. Kuzma going to advance the second on the throw home. And Coach Chopper took an opportunity to see if they could end the game. But really tremendous job by Ava Giesecke closing off home plate. Getting the out. Boy, this game has had high drama over and over again.
Up to bat,
tied
number
up now,
12,
but
Shaylin
still
Brown.
2 outs. Winning run on second.
Great relay from Edgerton to nab what would have been the winning run. Here's Shaylin Brown. Brown will take one low for ball 1. Brown had that 2-run single that got Hilltop started in the first. Grounded to the second baseman in the third, hit a single in the sixth. 3-3, last chance. Bouncer, Lola Giesecke behind the bag at second will make the grab, and 7 innings is not going to be enough.
Giesecke saves it. It looks like it's going to bounce all the way into center field, gets the left glove on it, and then how about the little turn and the rocket over to first base? Hey, you want some free softball? Well, we've got it.
We're going to play a little bit more. 3-3 after 7. We're going to take a timeout, if for nothing else, just to regroup a little bit. We'll come back with some extra innings right after this on NWOhio.live.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
This is Chip Wood. Stop by and see us at Bryan Ford as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. A lot has changed over the years, but one thing has not. We will work very hard to earn your trust and confidence every day. It's in our mission statement and in everything we do.
Brady Roberts, Miles Holliday back with you here from Bryan. We go to the
Yeah, it's been that kind of game, hasn't it? All choked up with all the great plays. The 8-8-8, I like it.
Been battling an illness for a few days, so glad everyone's sticking with me.
Your why so angry on Saturday was spring weather, and I get it, man.
Well, it's been a good day today. Here's a high pop-up to begin the 8th. Rising's going to be called off in the circle this time by her second baseman, Van Arsdalen. Make the grab as Ava Giesecke is retired as we begin the 8th inning.
Olivia
That'll get that
Farnham.
Hilltop dugout feeling better. They yelled talk earlier in the game as there wasn't communication on pop-ups, but that was solid. Got the out.
So here's Olivia Farnham. Farnham scored a run in the second with a single, reached on an error in the 6th. She takes a strike. Farnham takes a minute out of the box, regathers herself, ready to go once again. That one is going to be fouled off right at the plate. Farnham now down, no balls, 2 strikes.
What a blessing to have a second arm like Rising that can come in. Yeah, Conley did a good job, and then you have Rising come in and be solid.
0-2 offering, this one hit to Van Arsdalen at second's going to roll up her arm, get away from her, and Farnham is going to be aboard with 1 out.
And never really got in front of it, kind of played it off the left hip, couldn't get the belly button behind the ball. It squirts away, and it just seems like Farnham always in the center of something positive happening for Edgerton.
So here's Kennedy Stutt, the right fielder. 2-run single to tie it in the second. Single again in the 4th, grounded out to second in the 6th. First one's taken high for ball one. Now butt laid down right back to the circle. Quick throw over as Giada Rising is able to field that quickly. Does move Farnham to second. She's now there with 2 outs. Sack bunt laid down, does get to the top of the order. Here's Lola Giesecke. Lola Giesecke. 1 for 4 today with a single in the 4th inning. She'll take strike 1.
And Farnham was halfway to third base when the ball was caught by Rout. Rout chases her all the way back to second.
That 0-1 offer, that one comes in high, evens the count 1-1.
Farnham, one of those pests on the base paths that just always garners the attention of the defense.
That's exactly who Edgerton wants on base in a tied game. 1-1, held for an extra minute behind the plate by Rout, but ruled, I believe, a ball. Rout looks over to her dugout. Is it just outside, coach? It's 2 balls and a strike now. To Lola Giesecke. Giesecke will foul one off, evens it up 2-2.
That was a nasty selection. Just pulled the string. Rising almost got the swing and miss. Giesecke finally got a little bit of it.
2-2 offering. Giesecke will foul this one back to the screen.
One thing you don't see very often, though, is back-to-back changes, right? When you see the changeup, you know, it's probably going to be a little more pace on the next one.
It's 2-2 offering. That one is going to be hit well foul. Young lady chasing after that one near the baseball diamond. Believe a young lady from Alverton.
Yeah, it says right on the shirt, doesn't it?
I can play your game too. 2-2 is going to be lined to first. Catch is made by Connolly, and that will end the inning. So Edgerton does get a base runner on, but they do not score as we head to the bottom of the 8th. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for making today possible one more time, including Bricks to Clicks, Chappie's Snappy Dogs, H2H Realty with April Holiday, Willis Electric, and our friends at Bryan Ford. So Hilltop with a chance to take the win here. This one has been, you're going to see the line score, and it's going to look kind of interesting. And it's been a little bit of everything this evening.
Yeah, early in the game, it looked like we were going to have a big scoring affair. 8-6 kind of game, and it's kind of settled down. Both teams have knocked on the door, been denied several times, and just big play after big play authored by both teams.
And Edgerton's going to look back now at having the bases loaded in the 7th and unable to score what would have been an insurance run. So here's Kelsey Connolly now at first base. She's going to lead things off. She's going to line this one into center field. Connolly with a leadoff single. That is her second hit of the day.
I think Lola got a little bit of a piece of that one at shortstop.
Rising.
Couldn't come up with it, but that was a missile off the bat of Connolly.
So here's the pitcher, Giada Rising. Rising is officially 0 for 2. Bunted and then bunted reached on a bunt, also has a pop-up and a foul out.
Hilltop dugout getting a little vocal now, sensing that they're in a great position to win this ball game.
Rising will take one that just misses. So count now 2 balls, no strikes. It's twilight beginning to roll in here. 2-0 offering. That one misses as well.
3-0. Cape's been able to battle back all evening long. Got a big mission in front of her.
3-0 offering. That one is the automatic strike. Cape able to come back 3-1. One comes in just low. So Rising will walk. It's not really going to matter. It does push what would be the winning run to second. Here's Sophia Crossgrove, the right fielder. A couple of strikeouts and a pop-up today. As that one gets away from Cape for ball one.
Yeah, she has thrown 4 out of the last 5 pitches for balls. 5 out of 6, rather. Go ahead and take again.
1-0 offering Crossgrove to bunt, does so, lays it down, and another heads-up play at third base by Olivia Wallace, turns behind her, sees her shortstop in Lola Giesecke covering the bag, and they're able to get the lead runner.
Yeah, such a tough play to execute, but now when you have Giesecke at shortstop and Wallace at third, they made it look easy.
Number 19, Isabella Ackley.
So 1 out, runner still at first and second. Here's Isabella Ackley. Ackley 0 for 3 today. That one's going to be lined right to second, and the double play is going to be made. Casey Everett hasn't had a perfect day by any means at second base, but comes up with a big play there.
It's a game that keeps topping itself over and over and with big moments. And Everett, she gets to put her stamp on the last big play with the double play line-out catch, and then throw it over to first base for the double play. Just when it looks like one team is going to win it, the other one says, no, we're going to keep playing.
Now we're going to have to play some extra baseball, or softball, excuse me. We're going to take a look at this one more time. That one lined right to Everett. And I was about ready to say, this was, we've seen the 9-3 put out, and now huge play there. And what an inning. What a way for Edgerton to get out of trouble.
You tell base runners to freeze until you see it through the infield, but that's awfully tough in that situation. Looked like it was going to get over top of Everett, but she climbed a ladder. Sensational athleticism by Everett.
Well, because these are the rules, Everett gets to lead off as we move to the top of the ninth.
Always the case, isn't it? Big play defensively, you lead off the next half inning.
So Everett, who has reached a couple of times today, has a single, hit that infield fly that caused some controversy, reached on an error. Steps up here as we move to the top half of inning number 9. Everett takes a cut there after ball. It's going to, I think, even the count at 1-1. Now hits this one through, and after making the big defensive play, has the leadoff single.
Now have yourself a day. Casey Everett gets the first, looks in her dugout and says, let's go, ladies.
Batting, number 13, Corinne Cape.
The third hit today for Everett, so here's Corinne Cape. Cape singled her last time up. She was the one thrown out at the plate on the wild pitch. As Edgerton tried to extend what was a 1-run lead at the time, she'll take a changeup for ball 1. Gianna Rising, a long look again to her dugout as the pitch call gets signaled in. It's a bouncer through the middle. That's going to get through. In for a base hit. Everett, for a moment, thought about the turn to head for third, then realized how shallow that was. Holds up at second.
Van Arsdale just could never get in front of it. Tried to play it off to a side, but squirts through. At first and second now. Edgerton knocking on the door.
So here's Olivia Wallace. Wallace with a couple of singles to go along with a pop-up and a strikeout today. Wallace will take one for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. How many times can these two teams get base runners on, not bring them in? There's one just a little further outside this time, apparently, and it's going to make it 1 ball, 1 strike count. And sails high. Wallace has the count in her favor. 2 balls and a strike.
Wallace really hugging the inside corner.
Wallace is going to line one into her own dugout. Not a lot of scurrying, some ducking heads.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't a laser in there. It was a little squirting duck going into the dugout. We used to call those hand grenades. You're not paying attention, man.
Just lob it in.
Yep.
2-2. One is going to be fouled back to the screen again. This count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Edgerton able to put the first 2 on as the Bulldogs threaten in the top of the 9th. 2-2 offering. That one's going to be cut on and missed, so Wallace will strike out. Here's Ella Myler.
Up to bat, number 17.
Myler reached
Ella
on an
Myler.
error, singled, popped up, reached on a fielder's choice.
The best possible outcome for that at bat for Hilltop, getting a strikeout. Doesn't advance the runners and he getting out.
Myler takes a strike on that first pitch. It's Rising ready to go once again. 0-1 offering. That off-speed pitch, Edgerton tries to wait up on. Myler fouls that one to the right side.
Rising doesn't throw it a bunch, but when she does, that is so tough.
The 2 offering will miss, and now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kuzma hugging the bag at third.
Next pitch comes in high, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And they have Jones playing 2 steps to her normal position in the hole at shortstop.
We've seen a couple of times with Kuzma when she comes in, ball's kind of gotten by her. So Myler's going to strike out as she goes a chasing on that off-speed pitch.
The old slow ball comes back to haunt again.
Now batting, number 14.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Nessa Cox.
Brings up Nessa Cox, the first baseman. She's drawn a walk. Also a couple of ground outs and a strikeout.
Yeah, Rising should throw that a little more often. It is nastiness.
Rising has that armband flipped up, ready to go. First pitch to Cox, fouled out of play.
And Cox has had good swings all afternoon. Like how she centers herself by taking the bat up and staring at it like she's looking at Excalibur.
0-1 offering. That one nearly popped out of the glove of Kenley Rout.
With 2 outs, anything that gets to the grass, Everts is going to score. Great wheels, and she's getting a tremendous secondary.
0-2 offering is taken high.
Yeah, quite a delay. Signal from the dugout gets into Rising late.
1-2 pitch just above the letters. Makes 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Nessa Cox, the first baseman. Came in 2 today, hitting .224. Does have a home run. 2-2. There's that off speed one. Slow roller to second. And a nice job to stick with it by Elena Van Arsdalen to judge the speed of the runner. She will get the out. So back-to-back singles to start the frame doesn't do any damage. And we go to the bottom of the 9th in a 3-3 game, partner.
As you see Van Arsdalen, after she came up with that one and threw it over to first, took the mask off, and the huge sigh of relief She's had a couple tough moments in this ball game, but stuck with that one when they needed her to. What haven't we had in this game?
We've seen a little bit of everything, that is for sure. It's Corinne Cape ready to go for her 9th inning of work in the circle.
How impressive is that? Just keeps on throwing. Had a couple times where it looked like she could have folded, but both teams, the nails tough.
So Hilltop will send up hitters 9, 1, and 2 to the bottom half of the 9th. As our game nears its second hour of action. So here is Elena Van Arsdalen, the second baseman. Has a single, reached on an error, and also hit a foul pop back behind the dish.
Edgerton's outfield playing way in. Unless it's hit over their head and it's on a line, they're going to have a good shot.
Van Arsdalen hits this one back to Cape in the circle, throws over first to retire the leadoff hitter. I don't want to make anyone say this game has to end soon, but
6,
my score sheets only go to 11.
Edgerton now adjusts their outfield.
It's top of the order, and Hallie Jones.
Play honest position now.
Jones is going to foul that one. I believe that might have caught the shoulder of Ava Giesecke. Jones has had herself a day. Singled and scored in the first. Doubled in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Reached on an error. Scored what was the tying run in the 7th. Now slaps this one into the gap in center field. That one's going to get by Farnham. And it's going to be a double.
Partner, she's so good, and she has the last name Jones. We got to give her the nickname Softball Jones, don't you? Haley Softball Jones.
0, Kenley Rout.
So here's Kenley Rout. Rout reached on an error, scored in the first, struck out in the second, struck out in the 5th. Reached on a fielder's choice and was thrown out at the plate for the second out in the 7th. Lays down a bunt. That one's going to go just foul.
A smart play by Wallace, picking it up once it went foul. Don't let it keep rolling and hit a rock and bounce back into fair territory.
So 1 strike now.
Edgerton outfield playing really tight now, bringing everything in.
At the speed of Jones, any sort of hit caused some trouble. 0-1 offering, that one is going to be hit in the air, foul back behind the plate. So Rout behind, no balls, 2 strikes.
Had a good whack at that one. You could see it on her face. She was frustrated she didn't get the swing she wanted on it.
The 0-2 offering, that one will just miss.
Not by much. With that Edgerton outfield playing so close, important for Jones to make sure that she sees that ball is not caught first. Don't take off thinking it's going to be a base hit automatically.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Jones, that one to Rout, excuse me. That one's going to be cut on and missed. And that's apparently going to be strike number 3.
Now batting number 4.
Big strikeout of Rout. That's out number 2. Here is Brooklyn Kuzmal. Kuzmal with a single that brought home Jones. Tied the game at 3 back in the 7th. It's this one pops up. Wallace races over, makes the grab, and that is going to be out number 3. So the 1-out double does no damage. 9 innings isn't enough. We need 10th. We're also going to take a quick break here. It's extra tournament softball on NWOhio.live.
This is Chip Wood. The best deals on new and used cars and trucks and service too are at Bryan Ford Lincoln. Stop by and see us as we celebrate 25 years of serving the tri-state. We will not be undersold. You have my word on it.
I don't know how.
done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We move on to the 10th. Excuse me. That's what tournament softball does to you here. 3 all.
Doesn't it? High
this
drama.
One's been a blast. Really, both games.
Up to bat, number 11.
So winner's going to come
Ava
back here, take on Montpelier for the right to move on to the regional. So Ava Giesege's going to dig in.
And that one's Friday, right?
Yes.
This one might end on Friday. They could just play it right away. Are they allowed to start an inning past midnight?
That's a good question. Lady to your right would know.
She would, and she gave me a dirty look when I said midnight.
She has wine to drink at some point. Next offering to Giesecke. That one's going to be off the plate. So, Miles poking some fun at Teresa Kuzmal here at Bryan. One offering. This one's going to be hitting the left field. Where the catch is going to be made by Isabel Ackley. Might be the first time a left fielder's been involved a lot.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to the Hilltop coaching staff because they had her lined correctly. Only had to take about 3 steps to her left. When it was first hit, you thought it might be trouble, but Ackley was right there.
So here's Olivia Farnham. Farnham's been involved with almost scoring a lot tonight. I take that back. She actually does have a run. She singled and came in Stutz 2-run single in the second. Was also reached on an error, left stranded at third in the 6th. Reached on an error, left stranded at second in the 8th.
She's caused havoc when she's been on the base paths. A lot of attention needs to be given to her.
And they're pitching her that way now. 2 balls, no strikes in Farnham's favor. 2-0 offering. That one not close. That rainbow bat. She can stop swinging it enough. Or there we go. That's a good shot of it. Ken and Sam staying with us through the late night hours as well. Pay them overtime for their work tonight.
Sam knows something about cameras, right? With her big movie debut coming out soon.
3-1 offering. That one is going to get through. It's a base hit for Farnham.
Farnham with the base hit, gets to first, looks in the dugout, gives them a little point, like, all right, ladies, let's finally get this thing won.
I've started this I don't know how many times. Can you bring me all the way around? Looks like is she going to get run? Oh, they're going to have a little conversation.
Yeah. Stutt going to come over, Farnham going to come over, going to whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears. Coach Carrier doing a really good job keeping her team in this thing.
Telling Stutt if she just hits a home run, Farnham can take her time.
Hey, that will solve a lot of problems. You won't have to worry about that 1-run lead either.
Best story I ever had when I was a newspaper writer. I had a team who had a player. This one bunted back towards the circle. Left-handed rising is to turn around.
Farnham's caught.
Farnham trying to figure out where to go. They get her back. Ball's going to come. That one's going to get loose.
Kuzmal had the right idea, though. Run her back to the base she came from. Don't let her advance. See, if she gives it up a little too early, then Farnham could advance. The third dives, has the out, but it squirts out of that free hand. Maybe put that ball in the glove. You get the out.
Lola Giesecke.
Kuzmal with a little bit of frustration. Shows the competitor that she is.
So here's Lola Giesecke. So finish. Kuzmal had a problem. I think her mask might have broken. So finish the story. So I was a newspaper writer, and this kid hits 2 home runs in a game, and wasn't really a power hitter. I asked him why he hit 2 home runs, and he goes, "Well, I'll be honest with you. I twisted my ankle, and if Coach said I hit home runs, I didn't have to run. I could jog around the bases.
That's coaching right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Proceeded to hit 2. 2 outs, runner at second for Edgerton here at the top of the 10th. Chopper too short. That one's going to get away past the first baseman, and Edgerton's going to take the lead as Jones from behind the bag at second trying to fire a bullet. Connolly has it skip away. It bounced off. I think it just caught the front side of that fencing in front of the dugout, just far enough where Farnham's able to come around and score.
Yeah, he just kind of grazed the glove of Conley. Without when Jones had it in the glove, it was going to be rock solid, and we're moving on. Farnham just somehow, some way, something positive happens for Edgerton when she's involved.
So here's Casey Everett. Everett's reached on an error, was left at first base in the first, scored in the third after her double. Also singled in the 7th, singled in the 9th. So she's got a 3-hit evening. She hits this one in a shallow center field, running in and making the grab will be Shaylin Brown.
Oh, what an effort by Brown. Lays out and gets a little ice cream out of the cone look in the glove. Oh, sensational. Randy, we've been so blessed with great play after great play here tonight. Brown with the latest one.
Remember, Brown involved with that one that looked like she was going to scoop up, and the umpire ruled that just caught the blades of grass. So we're going to take a look at this replay one more time, partner.
You want to see some serious effort. This is the difference between a 2-run lead and a 1-run lead. Everett skies it in the center field. Brown, I'm not going to get there. I better dive. Barely gets it off the grass, and it is Snow Cone City, but it's an out.
But Edgerton now with a 1-run lead as we move to the bottom half of the 10th inning. It's going to be the heart of the order for Hilltop. Hitters 4, 5, and 6. Shaylin Brown, Kelsey Connolly, and Giada Rising. As they continue to face the efforts of Corinne Cape. Brown has 2 RBIs and a couple of singles.
Number 12, Shaylin Brown.
Well, there it is. Great play. Leads off the half inning.
Fouls one back to the screen for strike 1.
How does that happen so many times?
It's just one of those things.
It's wild.
Now the 0-1 offering from Cape. That one gets away. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Winner still has 1 more tournament game here.
And it starts in 1 hour.
The Rocket's going to get through the left side. Lola Giesecke from her shortstop position. Tried to come up with that one, but it's a leadoff single for Brown.
Now Brown saves a run defensively, diving in center field.
Number 17,
now leads off
Kelsey
this
Connolly.
half inning with the tying run with nobody out.
And here's Kelsey Connolly. Connolly with a couple of singles today. Fouls this one back to the screen. So Edgerton playing with another 1-run lead. Oh, 1 in for a strike. It's Connolly behind, no balls, 2 strikes.
Here you go, Coach. You got this.
And I don't know if anyone has left this game since the beginning.
I think people have added to it.
I think so.
Word got out.
0-2 offering. That one's going to be fouled away right at the plate.
One of the coolest scenes, people in the outfield leaning over the fence watching. Love that. It's got that Little League World Series kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, they've been there all game. Good shot of it there. You just saw everyone hanging around here in Bryan. Rec Park is hopping.
Big doings going on here in Bryan tonight.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to Connolly. One's going to be cut on and missed. Connolly will strike out for the first out of the inning.
Up to bat, number 2, Giada Rising.
So here's Giada Rising. Rising walked her last time up, reached on with a bunt. That's going to pop up in a foul out. And left-handed bat looking to take advantage, like Miles has said a few times. Right now, her goal is to advance Shaylin Brown, who stands at first. It's this one to third, to short from her knees. What a play, Lola Giesecke able to get the lead runner.
Not only to get the ball, but to quickly get it out of her hands to second base. Gets the lead runner on a bang-bang play. Got to give a lot of credit to the umpire being in a really good position to see that play.
So here's Sophia Crossgrove now. The runner at first is Rising. She's there with 2 outs. First offering has Crossgrove out of the way, taken for ball 1, I believe. One 0 offering. This one popped up. Ava Giesecke quickly rips that mask away. Thought she might have a chance at it. Evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 offering. This one lined into center field. Farnham playing in is able to keep that in front of her. And that allows the runner to stop at second in Rising.
Yeah, you saw Farnham had ideas to come up gunning to get that force.
Hilltop stays alive. Here's Isabella Ackley.
And just when he thought Edgerton had control, this was going to be over soon. Another base hit by Hilltop keeps it alive.
Ackley with a bouncer. Cape able to knock it down, can't make a play anywhere. And Hilltop has the bases loaded.
And Coach Chopper for Hilltop right in front of us in our view. And he just let out this biggest grunt because he thought this game was over. And now it's bases loaded, 2 outs. Do you not like drama? Because this is drama-filled here tonight.
This is high drama. Bases loaded, 2 gone. Hilltop down a run in extra innings. Now the number 9 hitter, Elena Van Arsdalen.
Number 1, Elena Van Arsdalen.
Does have a hit. Led off the 9th of the comebacker back to the circle. First offering from Cape. Backs Van Arsdalen up for ball 1.
And if I'm Van Arsdalen as a hitter, my approach is I'm going to make Cape throw me a strike before I'm hitting because there's a ton of pressure on her with the bases filled with 2 outs.
Cape has that ball ready. Here comes the next offering. That one taken in. 2 balls, no strikes now the count.
The Cape wanted to get a little bit of a clarification by the umpire. Where did that miss at?
Two-0 offering. That one's going to come in low.
If I'm Coach Chopper, I go up there and I take duct tape around the hands. Do not swing. 3-0. Make Cape work here.
That 3-0 offering is a strike. So now 3 balls and 1 strike. Do you look at another?
Yes, I do. There's a lot of pressure on the pitcher to throw strikes in this situation.
3-1 offering. That one comes in low. And Arsdalen draws the bases loaded walk. And we are tied once again.
Bad news gets worse for Edgerton because a tying run has come across, but it flips the order. Haley Jones, who has been just an absolute nightmare at the plate, up for Hilltop.
Jones has scored twice, has reached on an air, singled, doubled, had a fielder's choice, actually doubled twice. Jones reaches the top half of the batter's box. She'll take strike one. Did someone say high drama? 0-1 offering. Jones looks at one low, snap throw, goes to third. Wallace does keep it in front of her.
Great work by Wallace, getting a piece of that one, taking it off the chest, keeping it in front. It gets away, and that's a game-winning run as the ball squirts into left field.
One 1-1 offering coming. This one fouled back to the screen. Might have gotten over.
Well, you're going to have to make a play defensively. You just don't strike out Jones very often. She's going to have an opportunity to put the ball in play.
Yeah, she's put the ball in play every time she's come up today. Does so here, slaps one to short. Giesecke with it, gets the force at third. At Hilltop, they want to check, they want to see when sending the runner if the run's going to count.
I think the out was recorded at third before, not even close, all force. Yep, we're moving on, brother.
So big out as we take a look. You see the tag there. And the big force out leaves the bases loaded. As we head to inning number 11, tied at 4. You see.
If anyone has a foul ball, please return to
Giesecke, though, did not panic when she bobbled the ball.
Can we take a look at that one more time, Ken? You're going to see the runner cross the plate.
That's about as tight as you get.
Ooh-wee. So we move now to inning number 11.
So I think the important thing is to get a lead and then stop your opposition. We've had all kinds of scenarios, but each team has risen to the challenge.
So Corinne Cape leads things off here in the 11th, tied at 4. Cape of the 1-0. This one a bouncer to Jones at short, low throw, scooped up at first by Connolly, and leadoff man retired. So it's going to bring up Olivia Wallace.
Now up to bat, Olivia Wallace.
Wallace swinging away early, fouls one back.
Well, a big healthy cut on that one. Dialed in.
Trying to grab that lead again for the Bulldogs. The 0-1, Wallace will hold off. Takes it for a strike anyways.
What inning do we hit that start with a runner on second, like in MLB? When do we hit that one?
I think that happens in the tournament, does it? I believe it should have happened in the 10th, if anything.
No, I kind of like the old school, don't you? I get why they do it in MLB because you don't want to go through arms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's so many pitches you have in an arm.
Wallace. Swing and miss there for strike 3, so quickly there's 2 gone.
Ella Myler.
So here's Ella Myler. Myler is a strikeout victim her last time up. Has an RBI single. Also scored a run. Looks at one high. Rising, ready to go. This one hit in the air to right field. That one's going to get away from Crossgrove to the wall. And holding up at second will be Myler with a 2-out double to right. She gave that one a ride.
Sure did. About 5 more feet would have gave Edgerton another lead. Blasting that one to right field. 2-out double puts them in position to grab the lead again.
So here's Nessa Cox, the first baseman. 3 ground outs, a walk, and a strikeout as a part of her day. Takes one high for ball 1.
Nice pitch.
Now that off-speed pitch it's had a lot of Edgerton hitters fooled.
Jump, G.
1-1 taken high for ball 2. Ooh.
Second time, pulled the string. Rising's best pitch.
First time we haven't seen an Edgerton hitter well in front of it, but still taken for a strike. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes here. 2 gone. Here's one cut on and missed. Cox will strike out, so the 2-out double doesn't do any damage as we head to the bottom half of inning number 11. I'm running out of room.
Do you have any more boxes left on your score sheet?
I have some.
Yeah, not many. Did you think when we showed up today that we'd have 2 incredible games back to back?
Now, we were kind of joking, especially the way that the hitters were being mowed down in that opening game. We thought that Montpelier and Ayersville might go 11 or 12 before someone could score a run. But we've had each team with a run here, each team with a run in the 10th. We entered extra innings tied at 3. So Kenley Rout, the catcher, will lead things off here for Hilltop.
Well, if Edgerton's going to make it to the top of the next inning, got to go through the meat of this order for Hilltop. Rout, Kuzmal, Brown.
It's going to be hitters 2, 3, and 4, like Miles said, for the Cadets.
Starting for the Hilltop Cadets, Kenley Rout.
So Rout struck out 3 times today, did reach on an error and scored back when this thing started in the first day and a half ago. She's also thrown out at the plate for the second out in the 7th, what ended up being a big play. Seems like we've said that about 4 or 5 times for each team.
I'm just impressed with Kate. Still dealing on that mound. Got to be exhausted.
Bouncing to third, Wallace is going to cut in front of Giesecke and makes the throw for out number 1.
Wallace, so solid at third base today for Edgerton. That one looked like it was going to be trouble, but she handled it easily.
So here's Brooklyn Kuzmal. She has 2 ground outs to third, fly out to left, RBI single. Last time up, pop to third. Takes a big cut and misses for strike 1. Might got a piece of that. I guess it did go back to the screen.
It just got the top part of it.
This one fouled back to the screen.
Another really good swing at that
Oh,
one. But
that one's actually going to be stuck in the top of the screen. We can get a shot of that. There we go. That's a good trick shot artist there, partner.
just do what you do in basketball. Get a tall kid to jump up and
Is that what it is?
get out there.
Oh. 0-2 offering. This one's going to be popped up. This one's going to be well out of play.
Way over there, down the left field line. Gentleman from Fort Wayne.
Wow.
Grabbed that one.
Kuzma lays off the high one there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom half of inning number 11.
Now, we've heard all kinds of cheering from dugouts over the years, but I think that's the first one that we just heard.
So roller to low, Legizgi, low throw, gets away from Cox at first, and that's going to allow Kuzma to get into second base.
Costly error. Going to allow Kuzma to get all the way to second base, and it might have been the Burger King ad that they were singing in the dugout that sprung that. Have you ever heard a softball dugout sing a Burger King ad?
I don't think so, or any burger joint ad, I guess, for that matter. So here's Shaylin Brown, a couple of RBIs today, back in the first inning. A huge opportunity now for Hilltop. The Cadets have the winning run at second with 1 out in the bottom half of the 11th inning. Trying to get the win to come back here to face Montpelier in the district final. This one, Giesecke with some trouble. Not quite sure where to go with it. She saw Kuzma flashing in front of her. Kuzma retreats back to the bag. Now there's 2 on.
Kelsey Connolly.
It's not what you want if you're Edgerton. However, it's not that bad because it just sets up a force. There's still 1 out. And Brown, the senior in this lineup, gets on base first and second. We're going to have a conversation coming up for Edgerton.
So here's, Kelsey Connolly up. As we saw, the first base coach for Hilltop was going to run over first, and then Edgerton's coach is seeing something, so now they want to.
Coach Carrier going to make a change on the mound.
Trying to make. That's exactly what's going to happen here. So that turns things over now to Olivia Wallace. Wallace will come over from third. So Wallace on the year, 6-0 in 8 appearances. In 37 innings pitched, she's allowed 23 hits, 12 runs, 7 of our earned with a 1.32 ERA. Has walked 10 and struck out 50.
Impressive stuff. If she pitches half as well as she's played third base, they're in a good spot. Now, who's going to go over to play third? Is it going to be Cape that makes that move to third?
So no one's really made any sort of changes. As Cape did grab a face mask. I guess she still has hers. So I do believe that's just going to be the simple change. So just the position switch. Nope, I'm sorry. Cape's going to go to second. Everett's will go from second to third. So Cape to second. Everett's to third. And the first pitch to Kelsey Connolly from Olivia Wallace is going to be high for ball 1. Wallace in a tight spot here. Another one fired high to Connolly. She's got the count in her favor. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Winning run sits at second base for Hilltop in the 11th.
Yeah, Wallace not happy with their landing spot with that lead foot.
2-0 offering, that one sails high.
There's a hole there that she's struggling with. You see that the left foot lands wide. Want to get that foot in a better spot. 3-0, got to really battle back.
3-0 offering. Does get the strike there.
You always tell pitchers, make that mound, that circle, make that your own. Everybody's got landing spots, and each pitcher makes it a little bit of their own.
3-1 offering. One in for a strike as well, so Wallace able to battle back. Gets a full count. Much to the dismay of Hilltop head coach Tom Chopper below us. 3-2 offering, that one taken for strike 3.
Now Wallace just battles back from 3-0. Every time there's adversity for each team, they find a way to overcome it.
So here's Gianna Rising. Scored what was the tying run in the 10th. She takes the first pitch high for ball 1. 2 out, 2 on, tied game in the 11th.
Everett's got to be careful here at third base not to lurk too close to home plate, leave third base open.
It's the 1-0 offering, that one misses. Now 2 balls, no strikes.
Started out 3-0 on the last hitter, now 2-0.
Rising foul the next one off, makes it 2 balls and a strike.
I don't know if we're going to set state records here, other than state records for foul balls. We have had a lot of foul balls.
They've been thrown back in. You haven't heard the umpires complain about not having enough to play. This one hit to left. That one's going to get away from everyone all the way to the fence. Guzman's going to come in and score. It's going to be a game-winning hit for Gianna Rising to left field. And the Hilltop Cadets are going to move on to the district final as they get a 5-4 win over Edgerton in 11 innings. Hilltop battling back, found themselves down, and now they've claimed the win, and they will move on to the district final. We're going to take a timeout. Our Miles Holliday's already headed down to the field. He's going to catch up with the hero of tonight's game when we return here on NWOhio.live.
You see certain things get reincarnated in your children. My daughter is very much inspired by my wife's artistic pursuits. So my daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around. And I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
It took 11 innings for us to find a winner, but finally the Hilltop Cadets have battled back. They claim a 5-4 win over Edgerton thanks to the hit to left field. It's the game winner. And what a night for the Hilltop Cadets. The team gonna holler it up with her long night for the Hilltop Cadets, but a big win as they're going to march back into the district final here, a tournament that they've kind of owned is in recent years. And huge battle for them as they, again, need 11 innings to outlast the Edgerton Bulldogs here in this district semifinal. So we want to thank everyone for making our long night in Bryan possible. Starts with Nate Keel, athletic director here at Bryan. Teresa Kuzma helping out as well. TK down raking the circle as we speak, as they've got more tournament softball to get ready for. Feels like just a couple hours they're going to come back and play a district final. I want to thank Ken Reeker, our director, of course, Sam Ryan, working the camera for us as well. Sam's got a big few days coming up. So Hilltop gets the win in 11 innings. They're going to move on to the district final. Well, they'll take on league and county rival Montpelier. So for my partner, Miles Holliday, and our entire NWOhio.live crew, I'm Randy Roberts. Thanks for watching, everyone.